The government of we the people and the news media don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to understand what caused sequestration or how its resulting furlough is affecting the economy of the United States. Well, I'm going to share that truth with you. However, understand the truth isn't always pretty and sometimes may not be something you want to hear. But without the truth, this nation cannot move forward. Do you know someone that works for the federal government? Have you talked with them lately about how they are doing? The sequestration has caused nearly 2 million people to be furloughed. Yes, that is 2 million. Do you understand what that means? Being furloughed is not just having extra days of vacation. Being furloughed is reducing the take-home pay of those nearly 2 million people by 20%. Maybe that doesn't sound like so much to you, so let me put that in perspective. That 20% pay cut is almost like stepping back in time to the year 2003. I know that because I am one of those 2 million people. Do you know what prices were like and how they have increased over the decade? Just one small example is the price of gasoline. A gallon of gas now costs almost 1/3 more than it did then. And that's just one example. How do you think prices on everything else have been affected in 10 years? They certainly have not gone down. So do you think that will hurt the economy of the United States to have 2 million people take a 20% pay cut? Stop and think again. Just how many is 2 million? Well, that's almost the size of the city of Houston, the 4th biggest city in the United States. It is more people than currently live in Philadelphia, or live in Phoenix, or San Antonio, or even in San Diego, the next biggest cities in the United States. I can't speak for any of those other 2 million people and how they are coping with this pay cut. However, I have had to cut everything from my budget other than groceries and paying bills. There is no money for a vacation. There is no money for going to a movie. There is no money for nice to haves. I have to be a responsible adult and pay the mortgage, pay the electric bill, the water bill, pay my mortgage or my property taxes. Do you think any of those people will allow me to say I'm experiencing a pay cut, therefore I'm going to pay you 20% less? No, of course not. So now to the part that many people won't want to hear. What caused this? And the truth of that is, it is the fault of the Democrats. Yes, I said the Democrats. The Democrats have not passed a budget in 5 years. Understand, the Democrats were in control of the House of Representatives and the Senate the last 2 years of George W. Bush's administration. Yet they did manage to pass a budget under his administration those 2 years. Why is it then that when they were still in control of the Senate and the House, in the first 2 years of Obama's administration, they could not pass a budget? Why is it that with the Democrats still in control of the Senate the next 3 years, they could not pass a budget? Why is it that the president has not put pressure on his party's Senate majority leaders to pass a budget? Why is President Obama flying around the nation at great expense, I might add, to talk about the economy and yet be totally silent on his party's lack of leadership to pass a budget? On the other hand, though, the Republicans are not guiltless. They too are at fault. There are some in the ranks of the Republican Party that want to hold the budget hostage in an attempt to repeal the Affordable Health Care Act. How totally irresponsible. How swiftly do you think the House and Senate would react if they had to experience a 20% pay cut? How swiftly do you think the president would react if his pay was cut 20%? We the people need to take back control of our government. Tell the Democrats to get off their behinds and pass a budget. Make this current administration follow a budget for the first time as it begins its 6th year in August. Tell the Republicans to not hold the budget hostage and to do what is right for this nation and what is right for the federal employees. Tell all of these people that we, the people, will vote them out of office if they don't. Tell this nation's leadership to pass a responsible budget. These are tough times, and we have to cut the nice to haves until this nation is strong again and can afford them. Please pass this on to all of your friends, but more importantly, please pass this on to the people in Washington, D.C. Thank you.